everyone. Welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast. This week brought to you by... I'm Gus.
I'm Gavin.
I'm Blaine.
It's your boy Barb.
And I'm Gus. You really confused me.
I was adjusting my mic too. Hopefully that didn't like make noises like that.
I discovered something the other day. I was watching YouTube videos, and I had a video suggested to me, and it was on this channel by this guy, what's his name? Walter Blake Knobloch. And
Walter Blake Knobloch?
yeah.
Okay.
And he had this video about how he had purchased a pallet of returned goods from Amazon. I was like, what does that mean?
A pallet? That's significant.
How like big of a pallet? I mean, I know what the size of a pallet is, but like how many boxes?
Pretty big.
How
so
high?
it could just be a pallet of whatever.
Yeah, it was like whatever people have returned.
How much was it?
The pallet was $1,500. I was like, that's a lot of money.
Wow.
But it says they say the value of it is, like it's like $3,000 worth of goods. They target it towards people who resell stuff on eBay.
So do they just not want to bother restocking it in the right
Right.
place? It's cheaper just to sell them.
So I found they sold a smaller version. They sold a box for $200.
Okay.
And I convinced the broadcast department to buy it.
No kidding. Like
you
a blind
serious?
box of Amazon stuff?
Right. So it's just like shit that people have returned to Amazon.
What if it's just like
They
Tupperware
say
and shit?
that the value of the box is what, like $500, Eric? $500 to $1,500 worth of items.
Which one do you think we got?
I'm betting we got the $30 one.
Really? 400? We're keeping the average down for everybody.
So I convinced Eric to buy one of the boxes for the podcast, and he sorted it.
Did you value it, Eric?
No.
Okay, he hasn't valued it.
He sorted it by what?
He said this was all the interesting stuff from the box.
That's lame.
I'm guessing we're not going to open that one.
And over here's all the uninteresting stuff.
Eric, let's be honest. It's all the interesting stuff minus one or two items, right? That you just went shoop in the pocket.
Give him one of those.
You want to see one of the uninteresting boxes?
No, it's all you. It's all you. I feel like we're doing an Amazon ad. Although maybe it won't be an Amazon ad.
So some sort of Mac case.
Holy cow. So I don't like unboxings. I never have liked unboxings. I got a bad taste in my mouth years ago when, God, I can't remember the name of the guy, but I remember he worked for fucking Gizmodo. And he unboxed
the Halo thing.
Unboxed the Halo 3 thing, and I've
Didn't he
hated
chuck it out a
unboxing
window?
ever since that fucking guy did that.
And then he like ruined the ending, but he didn't really actually ruin
He
the
acted like
ending.
he ruined the ending, but that wasn't the real ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a dick.
So
Whatever
this
happened
is
to that guy?
This is kind of iffy.
Oh,
This is
dude,
an
one
apple
of those
slicer,
Apple core
but
thingies?
it's like got gammy handles. It's like somebody used it for a picnic.
Oh, it is gammy.
Look
So
at
all
that.
this stuff is touched by people?
Ugh.
Ooh. Did they wash it? Don't cut your hands.
So I don't return anything because
How much
I always
the
think,
lid
oh, I
set?
don't have the original instructions, or I cut the cellophane or something. Look at this; it's like jammed in there.
Also, what is that?
This is a variable speed Vivo Sun speed controller.
Oh, I need one of those.
Oh, it's the 120 volt version though, so
I don't
that's
want that.
good. I have no idea what it does. For use with 120 volt AC equipment or power tools that have a universal brush type motor or a motor that is compatible with a speed controller. So
Was
it's
it like
kind
a
of
Variac?
yeah, it's like it's like you can take something that doesn't have a variable speed motor and then you put this on it and
Looks
then
like
it
a
makes
real
it variable
piddly one.
speed.
What like a paint, like one of those like auto paint thing? What would you use that
Let's
for?
say if you have a Dremel that's a one-speed Dremel and it's got a brush type motor, then you can put this in between that and the power outlet and just lower. It's like a dimmer.
Or like
It's like
a light
dimmer.
thing.
Yeah.
It's like dims.
A dimmer for a motor.
Yeah, dimmer
A
for a motor.
dimmer.
Laptop
It's made in China.
thing.
Who took the time to return this?
What is it?
I don't know. It's like a way for your iPad to watch your laptop. How else would you describe that? You guys want to see this? Where's the camera? It's like, here's the iPad here.
Oh, so
and
you
it's like
can-
set up so you can watch the
It's
laptop.
so you can have two strangers FaceTime each other.
Probably so you can record Netflix videos on your iPad. That's exactly what it looks like.
What is the name of it?
Oh, look what I got.
Hey.
You got one as well?
Is that
It's
And it's also really gammy and fucked up. Like it's missing chunks out of it.
Well, maybe there was a gammy batch and that's why they were returned.
Oh.
Yeah, use it.
Toss it, toss it.
Here's an iPad stand.
How convenient.
What?
Let's see if it works.
So should we just give all this
make-
stuff away to other people? That's the other thing too, is I can't stand. So this came up.
Oh, he just got sprayed with apple juice. Hey, it works.
I don't-
Anybody want some apple?
No?
Not with the gammy thing.
I'm hesitant to call anybody out. I might overthink this stuff. It might not matter. I don't do unboxings. No offense to your group at Achievement Hunter.
Oh.
I don't do unboxings because I feel like it's a passive-aggressive way of asking people to send you stuff.
Oh, right.
And the early blogs had that, like Ain't It Cool News, He would always ask for presents on his birthday and stuff, and I always thought, ugh, I don't want to do that kind of stuff, and I never wanted to. The other thing was, at VidCon, I did, Gavin, as you know, the VidCon gift bag for featured creators is kind of ridiculous. They get the most ridiculous stuff to give away to people who attend the con, and I did on Instagram, I did a little thing of it, and then I just gave it away to people.
What was it this year? I didn't go.
So this year was a
I got an iPad one year.
What is that?
and a drone. Remember that?
Yeah.
But this year they gave away a Bluetooth headset, a Bluetooth portable speaker. What is that?
You can do it.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Get in there.
Help him out, Gavin. Give him a hand.
You got it.
Yeah.
It's a Blaine harness.
Now you got
Tighten
to walk
it.
across the set. Do a lap.
What is it?
It's a harness.
For what?
You got it. I don't know.
Do you want to see the good box?
No.
like this box.
Let's keep going through this one. So this looks like a Switch case. Carrying case for Nintendo 2DS XL. I nailed it.
You did not nail it. You said a Switch case.
It's a fucking portable Nintendo case.
Just got a fanny pack.
Here's another one of these visor things. What are these fucking things?
Gavin, here.
So then-
you don't want to feel left out? Here.
So I've always get self-conscious about getting free stuff in like a gift bag or something like that. It's cool to see the stuff they give away, but then I ended up just like I took it all to the panel and just gave it to people, or just handed it out when I walked by at VidCon.
Is that insulting to the people who made the bag?
I don't think so, because we were one of the items in there. We put $1 Million But the card game in there.
Oh, okay.
And so if they just gave it away to somebody at VidCon, I'd have been like, okay, cool. Somebody got $1 Million But. That's the whole reason why we submitted that.
Motion
Motion
sensors.
sensor alarm. If the motion sensor detects motion, it makes an alarm.
Let's see if it works.
I think
We need some batteries.
All right,
I feel like we have some C batteries
I feel
anywhere
like I'm
in here.
derailing with my conversation over here, so I'm gonna table that until later.
Yeah, I don't think I would like this way of...
somebody like just ripped the fuck open this box. What is wrong? You guys are animals. What is going on out there?
Is that whoopee cushion?
This
What is
looks
that?
like a Pixel Android case.
A pack of 6
Oh,
fluorescent
that's
light
the
bulbs.
Samsung. What is this? Light bulbs?
Yeah, 6 fluorescent light bulbs.
This is not a good service, man.
Oh, it's Gammy ear
All
stuff.
right, I'm done. I'm out. I'm out.
Do you want to look at the good box?
You're
Yeah,
buying
sure.
so
There's
much.
a lot of fun stuff in there.
There's so much DNA in these boxes.
Oh, gross. I can see there's wax on it.
Sniff it.
So what are we gonna do with all this? Are we contributing to waste? Are we gonna what are we gonna do with this?
What did you do with it, Eric?
Don't throw that stuff, dude.
Oh, bug zapper.
God, that's exactly what I hate. I've become what I hate. I mean, I'm used to becoming what I hate, but it's like I just wanted to have some things. Like, oh, let me see.
It hurts.
God, what are you doing?
It's a battery. How bad's it gonna hurt you?
I don't know.
It only hurts medium.
Do your face.
Should I?
No,
yeah,
no.
do nose. Do nose.
Didn't work.
You have to hold the button.
Oh, wait! I almost touched the thing. I almost like fixed the wire. Can I fix the wire without?
You have to, yeah, as long
There
as
you
you're
go.
not holding the button.
Do it to your face.
You're not holding the button.
I am.
Bernie, you go.
Hold it on there more.
Ow!
I wanted to surprise with it. This is the best thing. How much? So this is worth the price of admission right here.
Oh, look, here's another one of these, but this one's in the package.
Oh, is it Gammy?
It doesn't look like it.
These are really, people really don't want these.
That apple slicer is not well received. This comes with a 1-year full warranty.
Oh, lick it.
Go for it. It's all you.
No, you can lick it.
But they could have used it on bugs.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
No, that still had the sign with it.
Oh, you could do your nose.
I'm over this already.
I don't know if that's
Well,
a
you
good
went through the
idea.
bad bag. I said specifically we're going to go through the good bag.
Oh,
I
hell
like
yeah.
unboxing stuff.
What are these, like Wolverine's gardening gloves?
2 pairs of them.
Those are actually pretty cool.
Claws. What are they for?
These for like digging, if you want to like dig shit up in your garden. Do
All right, someone get me a plant pot with dirt.
you have an Apple Watch?
You could take that home and show that to Meg, and she would have an entire costume built around that in about a week. What was the other thing you got there?
Sock slider.
For putting socks on?
Wow.
Oh,
The
dude.
process of loading that and then putting your foot through.
Someone's foot has probably been through here.
All right, you ready?
Like chewed up.
So those are claws?
Oh, Kevin, sure.
Oh,
yeah.
That's wicked. Let me do you.
Ooh, that actually genuinely feels good.
Some Nintendo Switch cases.
Are they Switch cases?
Do they have any Nintendo Switches?
Doesn't feel like it.
That'd be dope if you
Digital
got a Switch
kitchen
with it.
scale. Again, you worried about returning stuff?
Don't even worry about it. Just chuck it back in the box.
Maybe not even. Some of this shit didn't have boxes.
Oh, this
Apparently,
isn't bad.
some of these people returned it to Amazon by just driving by the headquarters and throwing it out their car
What
window.
is that?
Oh, it's like those silicon beads.
Oh,
Desiccant.
This is wicked. Can I have
Lenses
this?
for a phone camera.
what? Oh, cool. Let me see.
You want those?
Sure. I don't know if I can.
Switch
Well,
accessories
we'd like
are
to
hot.
say thank you to our audio listeners. You had 500 good podcasts, so I guess fuck you at this point. We're
Next
just
time,
gonna
buy
open
the
shit.
palette, Gus. What's that?
It's a computer fan with an LED red.
How do we get us to stop doing this? I hate this already.
I love this. Look, you want to build a birdhouse?
A birdhouse.
It's invite hummingbirds to nest in your yard.
Wonder why.
Lots
it was
of other
returned.
birds love and use Hummer Helper. Hummer Helper is not a great name for this product, by the way.
Now you're marketing to old people. It's fine.
It's weird that was returned. Like, what were they expecting?
Right. More
Yeah, like what
phone
was
lenses.
the disappointment?
Yeah, like
when
oh,
it showed
it's
up.
hummingbird
Oh,
nest.
hummingbirds.
There are a fuck ton of Switch cases in here, by the way.
Although I have to say, I recently bought the board game Clue, and somehow managed to buy 2 of them. So I had to do my first return to Amazon
it's
ever.
some of a phone.
Yeah. Not all of the phone, just some of the phone.
I would look at that. That was a bug zapper too.
What is low and high? What's that dial for? Volume.
Volume, buddy. Or ringer, probably. It's
What's
probably
that?
ringer.
Is that another purse?
I think it's a binoculars case.
Ooh.
Who has binoculars but not the case?
I have been. Oh, never mind.
You have a case for him?
I've been. Yeah. But
They
it came
come in.
with
They
case.
come in a fucking case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll hold.
More Apple Watch bands. All right. That's it. I thought it was. I was very curious to see what people return to Amazon.
Well, where's the rest of the phone?
Yeah,
Can you buy just this?
I don't know.
It's like, oh, I have the phone, but I slammed it. Like, did someone Ed Harris the top of the phone?
I don't know.
Have you seen the outtakes from The Rock?
No.
He's just in character the whole time, and every time he messes up, because he's delivering the line down the phone, he just like slams the phone
Did you
out.
see that one? There was like a press conference where they were like talking about what was that movie about? Something violence, history of violence or something. Like I think he and Viggo Mortensen were in it or something.
Oh, Eastern Promises or
I can't remember, but he gets like all pissed off in the middle of the press conference and is like, "You want to know about violence?" And he like slams the microphone, walks out of the thing. It was very uncomfortable, but I like Ed Harris. What's up? You got a fuck over there?
Nothing. I'm just waiting out this thing.
as opposed to actively participating.
It's not my thing, dude. It's not my thing.
You went for the boring box.
Are there any like child-sized submarines in there?
No,
that
I did not see any.
Oh darn.
Speaking of things that are disappointing out of the box, I played Sea of Thieves this weekend again. I reinstalled it.
Why?
And played it. I don't know. I regret it. I was like, okay, there's been 2 major DLC updates. There's probably something cool to do now. Nope. There was nothing. If there was stuff, we couldn't figure it out inherently. We would have to go online to read it. You know, you can't just wander around and get 8 people and get a shark summoned by accident. So that's the other thing too, is like you needed like 8 people to get anything done for some of that DLC. Just some of this big megalodon thing.
Xbox had like
I just didn't want to get together with 8 other people.
They had some service where if you paid like a premium price, then you could like download games for like and play for like they had like a free trial for a week, and that's how I played Sea of Thieves.
That's a very
I don't know. Is
they're pushing it all the time.
Is that Xbox Gold or some other
Xbox Game Pass.
Game Pass. But
Yeah, I got Game Pass, and that's how I played Sea of Thieves. And a week was like more than enough time to play that game.
They sold a bunch of it. So all the first party titles for Microsoft are going to come out in Game Pass. Did you play State of Decay 2, Gus Cirola? Did you play State of Decay 2?
Yeah, I did.
Jeremy
Yeah,
just
I
took
didn't.
all the Four Loco.
I didn't finish it, but I played it. Why?
What'd you think?
It was okay.
It was okay.
Yeah.
It was okay.
What was okay?
I that's why I
Decay?
didn't finish it. I stopped and just found other games to play.
Dude, I played all the way through, played through a full campaign, and you achieve legacy status, if I recall correctly. And then you just start over somewhere else, and you have to go through all 4 classes of leader to get all the achievements. I was like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah, it didn't seem like there was much story there. Like you start out and there's some story, and then you're just kind of surviving.
Here's what I think Microsoft's doing wrong. You ready for this, Gav?
Go
Here's
for
what
it.
I think Microsoft is doing wrong.
Hot take.
I think that they are trying, or they have been trying too hard on exclusives to focus on multiplayer. Like Sea of Thieves, State of Decay, the big thing that they were trying to do with that was move what was a really fun single-player experience and make that online co-op. Whereas I think PlayStation has been fucking crushing it by making exclusive single-player campaigns, like God of War. Did you play that, Blaine? Did you
Yeah.
play-
Oh, absolutely.
I figured you'd love it.
The Valkyries and all that shit. Like I was like, the end game was incredible just as much as the campaign.
I don't know, man,
Why did you figure Blaine would love it?
because it's all broy. It's a
Broy as fuck.
yeah, it's fucking meaty game, dude.
I teared up with all that father-son shit.
all that
too.
emotional bullshit.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
That shit was great.
All that fucking personal bonding. Could do without that. A little more axe in the face. That's what I want. I like Leviathan axe though, man. When you get that thing to draw that thing back, it's just like they got that right. That,
so-
Yeah, almost every PlayStation 4 experience I've had has been single player, like Horizon, Detroit.
Detroit.
I guess Last of Us had multiplayer, which was good, but
They
Last
have
of Us 2's on the way this year.
Strong single player. What's on the way this year?
Isn't Last of Us 2 coming this year?
No, they have not announced
Okay.
anything. They haven't even announced a year for that.
We just finished like a month of E3 coverage as well. But Red Dead Redemption 2 is supposedly coming out in like 2.5 months now, right?
October.
Yeah, early October, I think.
Okay, so we got August, September, and then early October. So yeah, we're like 3 months away.
Yeah.
2.5, 3 months away.
Confused.
How come where's all the information? Where's
no
I'm not
game,
seeing anything.
No game has nailed riding a horse.
You mean versus actually riding a horse in real life?
Creed was
No, no, in no game.
Japan World Cup was pretty close.
Yeah, it was.
I forgot about that. It's never fun. When is riding a horse fun in a game?
I would say in Red Dead Redemption, it was a very enjoyable experience.
Oh, it's a lot of it though.
Did Assassin's Creed you had melee attacks when you're riding a horse on that, right?
So, Gus, the secret to a Western getting a horse ride is not a lot of it.
Not a lot, just a little bit.
Just enough horse.
It was such a big map and so much horse.
I think Ashley said that that's the only game that she never would fast travel in because she wanted to like enjoy riding the horse from one place to another.
For me, it was Black Flag. I never fast traveled in that game.
Really? Because
Yeah.
the ship.
Yeah.
But you didn't like Sea of Thieves?
No.
You looking forward to Skull and Bones?
Yes.
Did you play it at E3?
I didn't. No.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't get a chance.
Adam Ellis played it.
I know. He played everything.
There's no boarding in that game.
That's fine by me.
It's like you just like grapple the other ship and then you're done. That's how you win.
Yeah. You like wear it down, then you take it over.
Is it just ship combat? I thought the ship
Just.
gameplay of like a dude on a walking
like-
around like hub world or something.
Hub World?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was like on a dock.
Everything that they played at E3 was basically like the ship was your character.
Am I crazy? I thought that they like showed a trailer where at the end there was like a kraken or something. Like, was there like is there a mythical?
Are you thinking of Sea of
I
Thieves?
think you might be thinking
No,
of Sea of
I'm
Thieves.
definitely not. But I remember it sticking out, and I was like, oh, that seems like Sea of Thieves. I
Well,
don't
there's the
know.
whole thing where they show the captains like teaming up around the candle, and it's like it's one of those cinematic trailers where you have to kind of draw out like why are they showing this particular thing? It's to show that they have a teaming up mechanic where you can party up. But the way it looked from the game, we'll see. Probably someone correcting us on Twitter right now. It looked like it was all just a bunch of people like in ships. I can't take you seriously with those gloves on.
They're actually like not too bad.
Oh, geez, you don't know where that's been. You literally
I don't know where
You
it's been.
literally don't know where that's been.
Like the first thing I did was itch my balls with it too.
Yeah,
so that's
go
probably
figure.
Some like big guys.
Are they good ball itching?
They're not bad.
Just think about the
Little
person.
coarse.
Just think about the kind of person, Blaine, that would order not one of those, but 2 pairs of those. And how do they
return them
incorporate that
both.
into their lifestyle?
Probably
And then
just a
you just shoved it up
cosplayer.
your nose.
like the Green Goblin or something like that.
Yeah.
Spider Man. That's what Green Goblin sounds like. Anyway,
Some dude's basement, though.
oh god.
The Green Goblin.
Goblin?
Yeah, this is original character.
So I know
the
that
Green Gobbler.
I'm like late to the game on this. Did you guys ever play Wolfenstein? Like New Order, New Colossus, or any of those?
Yeah,
I
I
did.
played Wolfenstein 2, whatever the newest one is.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah.
I just went.
I almost said a massive spoiler.
Well,
I think. Yeah.
so did you love it?
Yeah. I just went through and I blasted through those in like 2
You
weeks.
kind of have to, though, because if I may,
Yeah.
your lovely female companion loves that game.
Yeah.
And is like always talking about it. It's the only reason I picked up and played it is because she kept recommending it so much.
Whenever, they announced that they're having like a sequel that's like co-op about little Blazkowicz's daughters.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, okay, I should probably play this game so that I can play that with her when it comes out. Yeah, I fucking loved it though.
it's fun. I found it hard in places.
Yeah.
When I played on quite hard difficulty, but I died a lot in that game.
Do you still play games on like hard difficulty?
Yeah. If there's like,
I don't. I'm with you.
Yeah,
I played Detroit on normal, but that was it.
Yeah, I've started dialing it back.
I always try and play one down from the hardest
Okay.
because I usually think that's how they made the game.
One down
Like-
from hardest?
Like heroic, right? Is how they make.
Oh, you mean one down meaning one more difficult, one physically down on the menu. When you say down, it means easier to me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
How could I be
He goes-
one up from the hardest?
Yeah, he goes to the hardest and goes one down.
I got you. I was thinking default. I was mistaken. I'm sorry.
Because I think someone told me that Halo was made
For heroic.
heroic
Correct.
and then made harder and then made easier. So I'm playing, if I'm one from the top, probably playing how they made it.
Yeah. See, there's some games I just don't have the time to like get incredibly good at the game.
Well, that's, yeah, if you're not good at games, you can.
So, listen, there's no shame in me. I'm 45, dude. I'm what am I going to be, an esports pro gamer next week? But
You've aged out of esports like 3 times over.
I really have. I know. I could be on the triple senior league for esports. I read about a Counter-Strike team somewhere in Europe called the Silver Snipers, and I think the youngest person is 61 on the
Holy
team.
shit. Are they any good?
Probably not. I mean, let's be honest.
Is there a correlation with age and your abilities in video games?
Just yes.
Yeah.
The answer to that question is yes. Age and anything. There is a correlation.
There's got to
between
be
those two
something
things.
you get better at with age.
Dying.
Returning shit to Amazon. That's you get really good at it the older you get.
Maybe like
Bad jokes.
Scotch.
The Silver Snipers
Tester.
range in age from 62 to 81.
81. What the fuck?
Dude, let me tell you something. If we were all smart, we like video games. Do you like video games?
Yeah.
I like video games.
Yeah, me too.
If we were all smart, we would stop playing video games right now, and just wait until we retire. Like, I don't know, what are we gonna get to retire? Like what, 75?
Well, so you can play all the best games at
Right,
once.
right. Just pick up video games. Then it seems like the perfect hobby if you're retired. It's like
There's going to be plenty of new games in the future, though.
$60 a month, and you're
but,
done.
Like, you're not going to play Witcher 3 when Witcher 9 is out.
Right, just go play Witcher 9.
It might not be better.
It might not be better.
missed out on
But then
the
why
story.
wouldn't I play Witcher 3 if Witcher 9's not
'Cause
better?
It's so old. You know.
Yeah, would you want to play any Atari 2600 games today?
No, they look ugly.
Yeah, there's no way you would do that.
I'm not saying pick it up from this point. Just take 20, 30, 50 years off from the hobby, then come back to it and just do it when you're retired.
But I'm saying that doesn't
That doesn't make any
sense.
sense.
That makes a lot of sense if you think
Because,
about it.
for example, I really liked Mario 64. That game's an ugly mess now. I don't want to look at it.
I'm not saying
But it
go
was
back.
one
I'm
of my
not saying
favorite
play.
games.
I'm saying wait and play the modern games then.
He's saying skip all the games.
Just
he's
forget
saying
about it.
Stop playing video games.
And then you'll have this
Oh,
incredible
so you're
leap
not
forward
saying-
in technology.
You're not saying you'll have more to choose from. You're saying
There will be more to choose from because apparently they just keep ramping up how many games they're making.
I don't understand the point of this.
My argument.
I'm just saying, for retirement, video game playing is a great hobby. So just go do something else for now.
But
why not do it now?
It's a waste of fucking time.
but you'd missed
You're
out on
saying
things like
two different
PUBG.
points.
What are my 2 points, Gavin?
You're saying you like doing something, so stop doing it.
Yeah.
And then do it later. But don't go back and do all the stuff you missed. Just do it later.
Here's the point I'm trying to make, which I'm probably not explaining clearly, is if we keep playing video games until the time we're 65, we're probably going to be sick of video games by that point in time, right?
You have to
But
speak for yourself.
I don't know.
But at 65, that's when you want to be playing video games because it's a very sedentary activity. It's a lot of fun, and it's not overall, in terms of hobbies, not that expensive.
You'll be banned by
I have been playing video games for 35 years already. And I'm still not sick
and you're
of
not
it.
less enthusiastic about video games than you were?
No, if anything, I'm trying to play more. That's why I play on easier difficulty now, just to try to get through more games.
What's the best game you played recently?
The best game I played was God of War, easily.
You're still rocking consoles, huh?
Yeah, I play PC and console. Right now, I'm in kind of a console phase, but I have my gaming PC.
I want to get into. I played it for a bit when it came out or when it was newish, but I want to play more Kerbal Space Program.
Yeah?
Yeah, I want to get good at orbits and that.
Play Fortnite.
Nah.
You should play Fortnite.
I think I'm the only person not playing Fortnite in the
Fortnite's
world.
super popular.
I never heard of it.
Fortnite. It's called Fortnite. You build a fort and then you defend it at night.
For zombies, right?
And then also shoot 99 other people for some random reason.
So no one,
That game-
no one actually plays Fortnite, right?
I do.
Battle
And Ken
Royale
does.
Fortnite?
I do.
You do?
There's a fucking skill tree that you get research points every day, and you have to log in on a daily basis, and you get a fucking llama.
Why would you be playing that when you're 45 when you could be 60?
Because I'm playing with my kid.
Wait until he's
Wait
60.
until he retires.
Yeah.
I'm playing with my kid. My kid wants to play PvE.
Tell him to wait.
I've tried. I said I'll play with you when you're 65.
What would you do
I'll try that
if you
with
weren't playing video games right now? That you're so
anything
busy?
else? I just feel like listen. There's a reason why I'm saying this.
Bless you.
I'm saying this because this weekend I made an enormous mistake. For some reason, I don't know why, I reinstalled World of Warcraft.
Why did you do that?
I don't know why. I don't know why I did it. I don't know why I did it. I unlocked an achievement
In World of Warcraft.
in World of Warcraft, and the last achievement in that chain that I had unlocked was in 2009.
Cool.
I hate seeing stuff like that. I'm like, because I remember vividly like the last time I played a game, but when it's been 9 years, it's like I'm dying.
Yeah, and
So much time has passed.
I was thinking, what has happened in the 9 years between these two moments that has led me back to doing the exact same thing I'm doing that I was doing in 2009? And it was very disappointing to me. I don't know. I got upset.
That's also
Although,
the
have you
same
seen Battle
gap.
Pets? Have you seen Battle Pets?
No.
But Gus, Battle Pets?
I've heard of it.
They're like pets.
I
You have
haven't
a pet?
They're like
and
Tamagotchi.
they
You battle them, though. You don't pet them. You battle them.
that
They're like battle
Pokemon?
pets. Yeah. It's exactly like that.
Is it in World of Warcraft? Or is
It's
it
in
just
World of Warcraft. They're
Uh-huh.
called battle pets. And you get one. So listen,
What is it
Gus,
called again?
Battle pets.
Okay.
So, Gus, you remember when we used to walk around together in Azeroth that I had a little orange cat,
Yes.
Joe the cat,
Yeah.
which makes you realize how fucking old Joe the cat is because I had a Joe the cat in World of Warcraft. So I had this little pet, and now they've introduced battle pets.
Battle what?
Battle pets. They're pets, and they battle each other. You can have battles with your pets. That I got this orange cat, and he's pretty. Oh, that's it. So anyway,
Fishy.
so I used
win.
the battle pet. Oh, I wonder if the Diablo
practically
pet
came.
that came with the original edition. I wonder if that's a battle pet. Anyway, then you run into other pets out in the world now, and then you fight your pet versus the wild pet or other people's pets, and then you can capture them.
Can you kill him?
I captured a frog, Gavin. I captured a frog.
Yeah.
And then I looked at the list. And there's like 1,000 of these fucking things, and I'm that's it. I'm done. I'm in fucking a fantasy world, and I'm chasing little critters around, trying to fight them and capture them. This is what I'm
Can
doing
I
with
say
my life.
one word?
Pokemon.
Can I say one word?
It's very clearly Pokemon, by the way. I don't think there's any illusions that they're not ripping off Pokemon.
No, it's called Battle Pets. What were you saying?
Stop.
I want to,
Stop.
but I can't.
Don't.
There's even a sports mode where you have a ball. What's that, Gus? What is the sports thing?
Wait, you catch a pet in a ball?
No, there's like a ball game where you hand off the ball to each other.
That must have come after I stopped playing.
Rocket League?
Griff ball.
Wow, by the way, WoW is very different now than it was back then. Had
It
a
looks
great
like my last
time.
achievement was about 7 years ago.
Had a great time playing it. Oh, remember all the mods we would run? So you get like quest tracking and all that stuff. All that stuff is built into the game now, and
Finally.
it's way more sophisticated too. Like I can click on an active quest on the right side, and it brings up a separate map that's showing me where to go and everything like that. Just kind of keeps you hooked in. I went from level
So
one.
it's actually easy and accessible now as opposed to how it was before.
Yeah, except it hasn't kept up with like modern day resolutions. Like I have one of those wide monitors, and my character screen, which I can't move, is way over here, and my inventory is like way over here. So I'm just like this, like transferring stuff over. So yeah, but I had a great time. I was playing
Why do you have one of those wide... Do you game on that?
Blood Elf Paladin, in case you were interested, Gavin. Thank you. I have what?
Is that for gaming, that screen?
Yeah. I built
What game suit being like
PUBG
half
was
the-
pretty good.
PUBG's great.
I feel
on
like
those wide
you
you,
have
would
the
have, you
peripheral.
can't see everything. You have to like be moving your head and
What,
you
is it
miss
like-
No,
stuff.
you got peripheral vision like a fucking real person,
Yeah.
Gus.
It seems
Yeah, but
inconvenient.
when you
not
look,
bad.
when you see all of your vision, it's
Go
not
ahead.
wide.
When I see all my vision, what do I do?
Like, look at everything you can see now.
Yes.
It's not as wide as one of those monitors.
RT podcast.
Yeah, like when I'm looking at you, I know there's someone over there, but I don't know who it is.
Oh, so
Somebody sneak up on Gus.
I'm not saying like the actual field of view. I'm saying the ratio isn't that much wider than it is high. Like, you can see really high.
But I prefer it though because then
Like
if
IMAX.
you don't have to turn. If you think someone's over here, you don't have to turn your character. You can just look while still continuing down your path. Yeah. But like if it was higher, if it was like, you know, then it would be stupid. I think because then it's just like a
that's
big
stupid.
screen.
Yeah, and if
where
the
you're
monitor
moving
doesn't
around.
help, how do you explain how I'm so bad at PUBG then? After all this time, I still haven't won a fucking single game of Fortnite. I don't even know if that's fucking possible.
What do they call that? A chicken dinner, but not
Victory Royale, right?
No.
Why are you asking me?
Because you're a gamer, you're on that fucking glitch.
You're
please
the
all
one.
time
You're the
with
one
my
playing
girlfriend.
Fortnite.
So the thing about Fortnite is you get down to the top 5, which I can do on a fairly regular basis, and then they just start fucking doing that, whatever that building shit is, which, and everything goes up. I can't do that part, and
Why not?
I refuse to learn. I'm just gonna sit there and
Because he's
snipe and shit.
45.
I'm
He's
45.
the silver sniper.
Exactly. Victory Royale. Look at me knowing shit. I've seen people get a lot of those. I've got
You've
zero.
contributed to them.
I've got 0. I'm still 100% lifetime on PUBG Mobile though. I
Yeah,
got
'cause you play with bots.
What do you mean?
Do you not know that?
You play against bots?
Yes.
You
Is it like
ruined
the
everything for me. I had
vast
100%
majority?
lifetime. You don't play against other players?
Eventually you do, but the first time you play, it's bots.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And for the most part, they pad out a lot of the players with bots. It's very few human
Hey, you're
players.
100% on the tutorial.
Sure, why not? I'm 100% on the tutorial. I
How
got
many?
it.
Wait, so there's no PvP?
There is, but you don't know when you're playing against a human versus playing against
they did
bots.
that
You don't know that I was playing against
They did
bots.
that in
You
Star Wars
always play against
Battlefront.
bots in the first time.
You don't know that, though.
You're right. I don't know that.
They seemed very active to me. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. So anyway, battle pets. You should get on it with Gus. We could be walking around in the sepulcher right now.
Sepulcher.
What did I say it?
Sepulcher?
Sepulcher?
Yeah.
I say sepulcher.
You say it wrong.
I probably do.
Here, let me read this.
We can walk around and get battle.
Let me zap you once while you read it on the hand.
No.
We'll see if we
I
get-
gotta read the thing. They get mad if I don't read the
You
thing.
know what, Gavin? Go stand behind him. See if you can see in his peripheral vision when that thing's coming in.
I'm on your side. You go stand by him.
He's closer.
This episode of the Rooster Teeth Podcast is brought to you by.
Oh, you want to do it?
Oh,
Fuck, that hurts. Thank you, Burrow, for sponsoring this episode of the Rooster Teeth Podcast.
All right, Blaine wants to do his nose.
I don't want to. You just told me to.
Do you want to do it? All right.
Just do it. Just fucking smack him.
I'm just holding it. You do all the work.
Fuck,
All right, wait, before you do it,
man.
I'm challenging the audience. You got a screenshot on the one frame where it's a little spark.
Oh, I'm sure Peter Hayes will do it.
Careful though. The spark can jump to your eye and it'll explode. Nobody go ahead and do it.
Just do it. Just do
I'm
it.
just gonna close my eyes and then you just put it.
Do it.
Do it. Go forward.
No, you
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
push it back.
You spit all over
You
it.
do it. Oh God! Oh, it smells like burning. Oh,
Hey, do it on your balls.
I can't because of the claw hands.
Oh.
That seriously smells like burnt flesh.
That's you. You're the burning flesh.
Smelled
My
really
heart
good.
rate like just bumped up a bit.
See, you don't have to work out anymore. You get your cardio in. Just like have someone wave that thing in front of you.
So, Gus, we had a very fun morning.
Yeah, it was great.
That was a really fun morning. Do you know what we did today?
Oh, it's the
Offsite.
meeting.
Offsite, management offsite meeting.
Okay, here's
A
what
lot
I
of
don't
people in
understand.
management.
Here's
What?
what
A lot of people in management.
Yeah,
a lot
what?
of people.
I don't understand about offsite.
Go ahead.
Why is it offsite?
I don't know.
Talking secrets.
Ezra and Matt, they wanted.
I
They
think
got a
it's to
big presentation.
make them a little more inaccessible, where people can't like pop in and grab someone.
If we just lock a door somewhere.
No, you know why we're doing it? We're doing it because we get concentrated. First of all, we don't have a place in this company. The biggest conference room we have is the conference room in the animation department.
Oh, that's pretty big. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big one, but it is hard to find a place where we could fit like everyone who runs a department at this company or executive management all in one place. What do you think was in there? For 35 people? Patrick, can you hear? He's not. Is he still at the meeting?
still meeting.
There were probably
Sucker.
45
Patrick is still at the meeting.
45 people.
Yeah, probably
It
45
was
people.
10 tables. I counted that.
Oh,
Yeah.
What's the point of it though? If two of the main people left,
It's towards the
You
end of
think
the day.
Gus and I are two of the main people in management? Get the fuck out of here. What's wrong with you? Where do you think you work? What year is this? 2008?
Yeah, I was like, this is very interesting.
I'll let you-
I don't know what this acronym means, but I'm not going to ask.
I'll let you in on a secret. Gus got very upset with me during the meeting.
Oh,
because
yeah.
we were talking about turnover rate, and Rooster Teeth has an astronomically low turnover rate. We don't lose that many employees, just for
What is turnover rate?
across all industries. I think he said it was between 6.
No, like, do you need to explain what turnover rate is?
Turnover rate is the percentage of your staff that leave in a year, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, if like you work on a staff of 20 people and 10 of them leave in a year, you have 50% turnover.
I'm guessing we're like 2-3%.
We're low, like we're around 5
Wow.
is what I was told. And he was just ballparking, you know, Glenn, who's the head of HR.
wait, did someone leave this year?
Yeah, we have people that work here that are not here.
That's fair.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people, I mean, you, from the audience perspective, they might not have seen people on camera that have left, but there's always people that like, you know, don't appear on camera
Right.
that leave as well. So that counts in the total.
There's way
obviously.
more people behind camera than in front of camera.
You think that's the case? Yeah, there's.
There is.
Yeah, we
I
have
mean, look,
400
there's
people.
4
now.
of us here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
But a lot of people appear on camera on a regular basis.
West doesn't count.
Yeah, like Wes, he's on camera all the time.
No, he carries a camera.
People, I've seen his face. I know. So anyway, we were talking about the place we worked one time at a call center. Turnover rate in the worst year was 300 to 350%, meaning we turned over the whole staff.
Whoa.
About 3.5 times in 1 year. There's a reason for that, though. The reason being is that this was a call center at the beginning stages of the internet becoming a residential product, and it was also during the .com era. We could literally hire someone for back then. I think it was 1997, 1998. We could hire someone for $7 an hour. Then once we put them through training for tech support, and then also they started training for, back then it was Novell networks, remember?
Yeah.
Is it Novell a thing anymore?
I'm sure they still exist.
Yeah. And then like their MSCE, which is their Microsoft certification exam. Once they got either one of those things within about 2 to 3 months, they went from $7 an hour to about 80,000 or 70,000.
An hour?
Yeah, an hour. So we would lose people all the time. It was like, that's where I learned of like how much a company invests in training someone. Like if we could get like 6 months out of them, we were happy to get that.
Yeah.
And it was a great starting point for a lot of people. Whereas Rooster Teeth apparently is the place where people go to die. They stay here forever.
In chat here, Daniel RF is saying the place he works is 94%.
94%.
Jesus.
So Rooster Teeth has an astronomically low turnover. When I mentioned this call center, I said, oh, and Jeff, who's sitting across from me, I said, Jeff and I used to work at this place where we had 300% turnover. And Gus leans out and goes, hey, I used to work there too. Thanks for mentioning me.
Aw.
And I think Gus wanted me to feel bad because I didn't mention him for working at the old place, when in reality, I just didn't realize Gus was in that room.
I was sitting 2 people away from
But
you.
you were sitting on the other side of Baird. So that's
fair.
I was sitting next to Ashley.
yeah, it's true. But I was like, oh, okay. Sorry, I forgot you guys.
Wasn't Jeff a manager though?
So was Gus.
You were a manager?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was this the one where you made your own Ford?
I was Jeff's manager. No, it
He
was a
was?
different company.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Jeff was on Gus's team.
And then Jeff got promoted to be a manager as well.
Jeff got promoted faster than anyone else in the history of the company to manager.
Yeah. I got promoted pretty quickly, and I was happy with that. But Jeff, like,
What did it take
Way
to get
faster.
promoted at that company?
Just stick around like 5 months and yeah, that's good. No, I think Jeff was there 9 months and got promoted to manager. Gus was like about a year. He was there.
Something
But
like
Gus also left. Gus went. We had the weirdest conversation. It's so funny people's approach to career when they're younger. Like I remember specifically having a conversation with Gus where he said, "I've worked here for about 2.5 years or something at the time," and you said, "And I'm not supposed to work anywhere for longer than 2 years."
well, that was kind of the mentality during the .com time, was that
Right.
if you're staying at one place too long, you're stagnating and you're not learning anything new. That you shouldn't stay at any one job more than 2 years.
That seems dumb.
That's a bummer.
I'll tell you something else though. Something I've learned in many years. I've only had 2 jobs since I was 19 years old. And I've worked every day of those 14 decades or however old I am. But one thing I've learned for sure is that nothing affects your salary working somewhere, your compensation, more than whatever you started at that company. So the way that you can make big jumps in salary or compensation is literally by going somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like if you say you start working somewhere and you start at like a salary of $24,000 and that's the salary you start when you work there. If you make a big promotional change and you go from 24 to 36, that's a 50% raise. But I mean, a $36,000 salary for jumping up to another position like in management or something like that, that can still be less than what that person should be paid. But everyone's like, well, then, it's a 50% raise.
You got a big raise.
Right, exactly right. So it really is true that your starting
I don't think
salary
it should be based off what you used to have. It should just be like, what's your position? That's that money.
That does seem kind of like an unfair thing.
I agree. And a lot of places where, they have union and stuff like that, or more typically in industries where those positions are already set, then those things are, they already have those things. But especially if you go into a new position created by your own work, yeah, it's one of those things that can affect you.
Basically, Bernie's telling both of you you need to quit.
I was like, yeah, Gavin, do you want to just...
Yeah, our retention rate, our turnover rate just went up to 50% while I had that conversation. No, but it's very true. And it's something it's something you should bring up in compensation meetings is that, hey, I worked for this amount before, but, now I'm worth X and I can go somewhere else and get it. So
Hey, yeah. All right.
what's wrong?
Like, is that a smart move though to ever be like, well, this other place wants to give me this?
No, it's a terrible idea. I mean, it's a great idea if you want to go to that other place. It's not a great idea.
Because I feel like the people you work for will be like,
all right, bye.
go on then.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can't make that bluff if you're not willing to
Actually
follow
do it.
through on it.
Yeah.
I read all the time, like in on various subreddits. So like today I fucked up. Like that exact scenario you just presented was like I told my company that I had another job offer and they needed to match my salary. And they called my bluff and they told me I had 2 weeks to leave.
Oh,
It's like, so you definitely don't make that claim unless it's really true.
I've learned that in Hollywood too. That if that people just call each other. I had a really great experience when we did the first crowdfunding campaign at Rooster Teeth. Our buddy Freddie Wong
Love him.
had already done 3 campaigns for Video Game High School, 3 very successful ones. And when I told him we were going to be doing one as well, we were kind of late to the game for crowdfunding. He goes, "Hey, come over." I went over to Rocket Jump. He like laid everything out, showed me like, went over everything, said, ask me any questions or whatever. And he made a great point of time, which is he said, everyone in Hollywood shares all these numbers. If we don't do the same thing, it's to our detriment, essentially. That's not a direct quote. And he's 100% right. It's like, since we started like pitching shows to TV and things like that, I've talked to agents like, oh yeah, if we say like this network is interested and this other one is interested, they all know each other. So it's like we actually have to have like interest in these different projects or something like that, or from investors before, we can like, you can't just like talk around the edges of that, because they'll call each other and go, hey, are you really gonna like take this person? You really gonna hire this person to be direct this film for you? We're like, fuck that guy, no. So you got to be careful about that stuff. Small industry, small towns. Are we gonna call from San Marcos? Who do you think that was?
I don't know.
Pest control.
dry cleaner,
Maybe.
air conditioning repair.
Air conditioning repair. That would be a good guess, but I'm not doing any air conditioning.
That's got to be good business in Austin, right?
Oh my gosh.
Especially right fucking now, it's boiling.
What is cheaper? Having someone come out every summer when your air conditioning breaks, or getting 2 compressors? One as backup.
What's the point of getting 2, like in case your compressor breaks in here?
Just swap it out.
What's the bit that freezes when it's hot?
I believe I think you got it right. It's a compressor.
Or a condenser? Just get 2 of them and then switch over to the other one.
What does a compressor do?
Squishes air? I don't know.
Make it compress it, and it's like
I mean, the compressor, I
fluid
believe,
dynamics makes it colder.
I believe the compressor acts as a pump and transfers the cooling agent up to the coils in your house so the air gets blown over them and cools the place, and then takes the heat from there that's been transferred out of the air back and then recools it for sending back into your house.
Okay. So
The compressor is basically like the heart. It's moving the cold into your house and the hot out of it.
or just moves the hot out.
Right.
Right. That's all it can do.
Yeah, over the coils where the air is then blown over, which then goes through your vents.
Okay. I'm gonna take your word for it. Cheaper
It's great
solution,
tech.
Gavin.
Yeah.
Call Gus. He'll fix your AC for you. He'll come and fix it.
It's just so annoying. I guess I never had a house in England, so I don't associate any of these problems. I also didn't have air conditioning.
How about
in
air
England.
conditioning? Yeah.
Or heating that we had. But all of my problems with my stuff has been in America and dealing with people from Austin who are kind of like, Austin's very, whatever, kind of workers. They're not really that into their jobs, I get the feeling. And it's just a nightmare every time.
Actually, I think it's much easier to get somebody to come out and work on your AC if you live in a rental property, because there's all sorts of laws that protect renters. If they don't have AC, there's a certain amount of time by which the landlord has to rectify that. Otherwise, there's like a significant penalty.
Question.
Yeah. But if your homeowner, like a fucking sweat, bitch.
This is kind of related with like service stuff. Owning Teslas, is it kind of a bitch to get those things serviced, or do you just have to take them to the Tesla dealership? Like, I feel like you have less options, right?
It might be now that, that Elon Musk is burning through every bit of goodwill.
Jeez, what the hell is going on with that guy?
Dude,
I was trying to segue to that, but I am curious though. Like, how do you?
In my experience, and I've had one for a while, OG, there was a long period of time when they're starting a car company, and a big part of a car company is confidence and writing the story of that. There's two big things for it: is serviceability and then also resale value. So I actually have traded in one Tesla and got a new one, because they put out a new one every fucking year of the same model, just a little bit better and a little bit faster. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, how dare they put out a new car every year, like every other car
But they do
company?
it different. It's the same fucking one, and then they put a higher number on it, it's faster, or in my case, they put in all the autonomous stuff that didn't
But if
exist
you-
when I bought my first one.
If you said, what car do you have? And they were like, oh, I have a 2016 Model S. And then someone else said, I have a 2017 Model S. That's very common. Yeah, that's like most companies, right?
Exactly.
Like-
but what if they had the Ford F-150 and then they had the Ford F-155? Because that's the way Tesla does it. So it looks like a different model of car, but it's not. It's still the same car. It's the Model S 65, I think 75. I had an 85, and now they're up to like 100. So this means nothing to any of you, right?
No, I know.
The power of the engine.
I know exactly
basically.
what you mean. Yeah.
Don't really care so much about that because I'm not a car guy, which sounds weird because I somehow have become associated with my car so heavily. Speaking of which,
You even have a lower third.
I gotta change the vinyl wrap on my car because there's been an increase in people taking photos of me at car, and I like to floss my teeth in my car. And I think people are watching me floss my teeth.
I see people picking their nose in their cars all
Of
the
course
time.
they do. Everybody does that.
Crazy
Where else would
animals.
you do it?
That's like peeing in the shower.
The whole like brand new car thing is something that I completely avoided by just going with a really old vehicle. So now I
man.
don't have to worry about that anymore. No. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's accurate. Lower third.
So I actually
That's always my advice to anyone. Is like, don't ever buy a new car. It's the worst possible thing you can do.
Yeah.
Buy a used car. Let someone else take all the depreciation. Let someone else take the fucking hit on that.
Does that apply to a Tesla? I feel like they sell pretty well, don't they, after you've had them?
I don't think. I think we're going to reach a point where that's not the case anymore.
in answer to Blaine's service question, there was a point in time when anything went wrong with my car, I would just take it back to Tesla and they would fix it and be like, it's fine. We fixed this. It's good.
Okay.
Just and like little things like window wouldn't go up all the way.
Are you gonna get
problems.
Are you gonna get a Roadster?
No, I'm not. No. I really like the car, but I'm really genuinely not a car person. I just had never driven a vehicle like that car when you made me fucking test drive it in Santa Monica, and that's why I got it.
So really, it's your fault, Gavin.
I don't think I was the driving force.
Also, I can't escape my cars. Like, I really can't return stuff or sell stuff. I'm really bad at it.
Put on a
Literally, all
pallet
my
and let someone
cars,
buy it on Amazon.
all my cars going back to 2001 are within about 30 feet of me right now. Because the car I drive is right outside the parking lot. Right next to it is my old pickup. And right next to that is my first pickup
Hey,
from...
we have a crowded parking lot. Why don't you get all your shitty cars the hell out of here? What this isn't your personal
It's a
parking lot.
production- it's a
That's
production
four
vehicle.
fucking cars you
It's
have
a
right here.
production
What,
vehicle.
all of them are production vehicles?
The blue one is?
What about the
Silver
other
one? What's
two?
the other one doing?
What's that?
You said you had 4. So you drive one's a production vehicle. What about the other 2?
I can park it wherever I want to.
See how you're changing the story now.
You know what you should do? You should put it going to the fucking split screen and make it be like a Twitter banner up top. Because that's all Twitter is now, people yelling at each other. I create jobs, you fucking pedophile.
What are you...
Apparently that's how discourse works these days.
Ladies and gentlemen, Elon Musk.
Good Lord.
Pedo guy.
What happened to him? What a
Dude
fucking
just shit his
lunatic.
pants. Like he could have at any point walked away and been like, "Hey, it sounds like they got it under control.
Look,
Wish them the best. Here's some
Billionaires
batteries."
are really bored. They're so bored. They have miserable lives.
He doesn't need. He has $6 billion. What does he need
Does he really? Is
to
that what he's
engage
got?
with us for?
He's got $6 billion?
I don't know. Well, how much does he have? But it doesn't.
It's like Trump and a half.
He has billions of dollars. He doesn't have to talk to our lower
According to Google,
being
20
selves.
billion.
So I don't get why he cares
Yeah.
so much.
$6 billion. That's chump change.
I thought people were giving him shit unnecessarily when he was offering to like build a sub to help the kids. Like,
Initially,
well,
same.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, you know, he's trying to do something. He's trying to help. You're like, whatever.
Yeah.
If they use it, great. If they don't, whatever. But then like,
I
it
know.
just goes off the
I'm with
fucking
you.
rail.
I had his fucking back. The problem is, dude, it's Twitter. Twitter has become like this lens that just every week decides it's going to focus on somebody else and just fucking make their life miserable. And then it's just going to keep focusing right past them. But when it's your week, it's your fucking week. And last week, apparently Elon Musk making a fucking sub to try to help get these kids out of the cave made him an asshole for some reason. I'm not really sure how that works.
But then he fulfilled the asshole prophecy.
Then he did,
And
yeah.
then he was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, you're looking at it. As you were looking at him, he did the asshole thing. Like, oh, okay, yeah, there it is. Right there.
Yeah, some people just can't not fire back. They just can't not do that.
I mean, like now that we're kind of looking back at it, the sub was a pretty bad idea because, like, what if it just got a hole in it and then they'd kind of slowly drown and stuff like that? Like, I don't know.
Well, I mean,
I'm kind of going and questioning his decision.
didn't they have to go through water anyway?
How'd they get him out?
I don't
They
know if
did
they
scuba gear. They
They
like,
put scuba gear on the kids. Wasn't that a 5-hour trip?
well, they trained them and then
And
they
not
put
all
them
of
in
it was underwater.
Yeah, there was like some legs where he could walk, but they put him in wetsuits and then they had him like a face or a child-sized like face mask so that they could breathe from their nose or their mouth. And then they,
No, I think they just like carried him
swam
through. Yeah.
How the fuck did they get in there?
And I think they said at one point, it wasn't flooded when they walked in. They were trying to get when they were in the cave, the water started rising.
Yeah, but couldn't they just swim through the walking path?
I mean, it was.
It got to a point where,
stretches
like,
where
there were elevation changes. It got to a point where they went down and came up, but then the water rose, and then the passage back was underwater.
Also,
No, what I'm
not
saying
all
is-
of them could swim.
No. I'm not talking about the kids. Kids got trapped. I understand that.
Yeah.
The path by which they went to get the kids to find them and to get them out was, it looked like they were swimming through like cracks this big.
Yeah.
I think the smallest was like 2 feet or something like
2
that.
feet.
Yeah.
So they're not that big.
A little
Not
bigger,
that
but yeah.
Okay. So not big, but the kids walked in via some pathway that then filled with water. Why not swim through that walkway?
That was probably the pathway. They probably
probably
crawled.
squeezing through like that
They're
shit?
kids going through a cave. They probably were just like squeezing around.
Dude,
I mean, at a certain point were they trying to like just escape the water because it was rising?
Yeah, I
so
think
they
he-
like went the other direction. Gotcha.
Did those kids show up at the World Cup final?
No, I think they're still in
I
the
don't think
hospital.
so.
How the fuck did they not have those kids at the World Cup
I think
final?
they're still like in like quarantine. They're still taking care of them.
Yeah.
I think they still had some medical issues. What I read was when they were
How could
taking
that's a
them
big miss.
when
June
they-
was like soccer month.
when they
We got
were
soccer kids in the cave.
taking
We
them
got soccer
when they were
people
taking
in
them out of
Russia.
the cave. At one point, one of the divers who was carrying one of the kids lost the rope. Like he lost his grip on it and became disoriented in the cave and couldn't figure out where to go.
Fuck that
So
noise.
he was like in there like an extra hour trying to figure out where to go. Had to backtrack.
Nope.
Got out of the water, found the rope again, and then had to go back in.
Oh, God.
What were they eating?
I think initially they didn't have any food.
I think he was
meditating.
telling them to drink water off of the walls.
Yeah, they were like licking the walls.
for because you can go 28 days without food.
How long?
28 days.
Go a long time. Well,
Sometimes if I've eaten dinner slightly early, I'm in bed wondering if I should make a sandwich
yeah.
because I don't think I'll be able to sleep. What a baby.
Well, how long do you think you can go without food? Just we started right now.
Remember when Jeff took his fast?
We did it
Oh,
together.
this morning.
Made it 8 days. Jeff goes, I made it like a day and a half. He literally made it to lunch the next day. He skipped breakfast and then that was it. And he couldn't, and he keeps talking about a day and a half.
Give him the opener.
Because he started Thursday night after dinner, and then halfway through Friday, he had to give up. Yeah. He literally skipped one meal.
Do it with a finger.
But Jeff actually lost a ton of weight recently. He's lost something like 40 pounds.
I'm sorry, I might have missed that part. What was the purpose of the fast?
We were doing what was known as a cleanse. It's a cleanse where you just like
Isn't that all bullshit though?
cleanse.
Yeah.
It's total bullshit.
It sounds like you lose a lot
I
of
was
muscle.
mainly curious to see how long I could go without food. I made it 8.5 days and almost passed out at work. And my boss goes, "You're going and get something to fucking eat right now." I
So
went
what were you
ate.
doing?
What'd you eat?
I went to the vending machine. I got those orange cheese crackers with the peanut butter in them.
Hell yeah.
You know, like that's like the staple of the vending machine. I ate that. I wanted to fucking die. Like my stomach just like clamped up on it. It was crazy.
It's extracting every bit of nutrient it could.
It's so funny. Whenever we tell, I know I've told that story before, and whenever I tell a story I know I've told before, it also triggers another like anecdotal story, and so it triggered the same thing. The people on the same production companies and like support companies that make the reality shows tend to make all the same ones. Like CBS, they make Big Brother. That's it.
Those things are gross.
They're so good.
I
No,
hate those.
They're all right, but they're really high in saturated fat. Anyways,
So what?
if you're
So it's
working-
butter. I drink that. The
Whole boxes at a time, no
Two
sticks.
sticks.
Big Brother, Survivor, and Amazing Race thing. People, one time they told me that somebody told me their job was 1 year on Survivor to like meet people right after the tribal council when they get voted off,
You give them food.
and basically then get them on the boat, and then they can eat whatever they want to at that point. And she said that she watched someone on the boat ride eat an entire jar of peanut butter, just like sitting there eating
Oh
it
my
with their
God.
hand. And I was thinking, holy cow.
Did they have these claws when they're doing it? Yeah.
Dude, do we have peanut butter?
sometimes-
That would be amazing to watch you eat
I
peanut
don't-
butter with
You
those.
should take those off. I'm
I
not a
might as well
germaphobe.
finish out the podcast with them
Dip
on.
them in hand sanitizer and then have peanut butter.
There you go, hand sanitizer.
My hands will smell like shit after this, though.
Yeah, my hand smelled, and I only wore it for like a minute.
Yeah, I've been on
Hey,
like 45 minutes.
want to remind everyone this episode of Rooster Teeth Podcast is also brought to you by.
See that little thing, diamonds for breakfast, that little neon
Yeah.
sign? Those written neon signs, we had one at the Jeff pop-up. Those seem to be a lot more popular these days, where there's just like mounted words on
Yeah.
the wall.
How much are
It
they?
actually ended up in the Rooster Teeth West offices. It's like in the hallway. They actually did a really good job of mounting it in the hallway too. It looks really good. Anyway, more on that later. But we have a friend who she lives in LA, and she went out to eat, and she got the table right next to this sign behind her that said something about rosé, the champagne, like some rosé is for something, and neon
Rosé
sign.
is for closers.
Rosé is for closers, something like that. But I'll see if I can look it up here. But sure enough, she said, "Why did I sit here?" And her Instagram story was like 8 entries of just girls posing in front of it and doing like full Instagram shoots and everything like that. Of course, she's putting it on Instagram herself, but
Did you see that stupid publicity stunt in LA? Speaking of Instagram and social media?
Where that guy built a submarine for children?
No, where there was that mural that you could only take an Instagram selfie in front of if you were like, you had a certain number of followers or you were verified.
That was actually to promote a show
Oh, was it?
about social media, like a
Well, that's fucked
Yeah.
up because I heard about that, but I didn't hear shit about the show.
yeah.
That's
yeah.
stupid.
Well, now you know about it. You've been
I
corrected.
still don't even know the name. Do you know the name?
No,
See?
I remember the thing now.
Stupid.
I remember the stupid thing. All right, I gotta look this up. I hate Instagram.
Why do you-
Instagram is like, I feel like I load it on a plane and it's just like one of my friend's butts, like right as soon as I load it up.
Why would you hate that?
Because I'm like,
not
I'm always
great.
think people are looking over my
No,
shoulder.
you're like, no, it's okay. I know that.
Exactly right. That's exactly right. All right, it says, what's the fucking sign say? Here it is right here. It says rose all day. And look at this. Look at these people. They all like start lining up.
Some basic shit.
Whose Instagram is this?
It's Mint Milana's. Milana.
I missed the trash can,
Yeah, you did.
which was the beer
I
bottle.
just thought it was funny. And then of course, she was getting blasted because they're like, "You're Instagramming it too," but then so she had
Well,
to make
she's
a,
making fun of people.
Exactly.
That's different.
That's analysis.
That's the content I want to watch.
When you
I
use social media to mock people
yeah.
or call them pedophiles.
Question.
People take a lot of Instagram photos.
Question for you. This happened on a recent flight, and I know this is the flight podcast. I was on a flight. I was in. I got upgraded. It's first class. I was sitting next to a guy. He's a really big dude.
Rich
and
millennial.
I know, right? You went right for the plane story and the rich millennial story. Go ahead.
Well, sorry. No, well, it plays a part because we were in the front row, and the guy was very uncomfortable because he was just sitting there and he couldn't fall asleep, but he couldn't stay awake. So I walk by the cabin, like the front area, to go to the bathroom, and as I'm walking out, I look down instinctively, and the flight attendant has her phone out, and she had Snapchat or Instagram pulled up, and she had a picture of that guy, that big guy.
Whoa.
And she was obviously sending it to somebody or posting it on her account.
No way, dude.
And
That's unprofesh.
That's completely unprofessional.
so yeah, that's kind of fucked up, right? Like taking pictures of people in front of them.
You made the right call telling that story. I think that's fucked up.
Oh no, I actually reported it to the airline.
Did you?
Yeah, I felt like an asshole, like a
Wow,
bit of a
geez.
snitch, but I was like, hey, it's kind of fucked up. Like the service was amazing. They did an amazing job. That being said, they were posting that pictures of this dude. And
What
I
if she
kinda
got fired
felt
for
messed
that?
up. I hope she didn't. I hope that she was reprimanded.
Well, the problem with that is, first of all, companies are very fucking afraid of social media these days.
Yep.
And that's actually a thing where if Blaine reported it, somebody could just go and look and see if she did it. Like there's actually proof on her account, unless she's got a private account.
Or unless you just send it to specifically someone. I don't
He
know.
said it was on Instagram.
Or
so she
he
had
said
to
maybe it
post
was
it.
Snapchat.
I mean, I've taken a picture of a passenger, but I don't work for the airline.
That's the thing is she was like a representative of the airline. God, I'm such a fucking narc.
Sometimes, I probably should have just gone, looked at it, looked down, and gone, "Nah, that's not cool," and just walked away from her. Like shamed her a little bit. Then don't get another drink for the rest of the flight, because then you're
Poison.
spitting it or something. But but I'd hate to. I don't know. I'd hate to hear about her losing her job, but it's kind of one of those things. Like once you put it on the internet, it has the potential to go viral, and then there's nothing you can do about it. Like there was this thing
Plane Bay.
like a week ago. or
Oh
no,
fuck, Plane Bay, dude.
two
that
weeks ago. Well, go ahead.
No,
I think
was
it's the
that-
thing
I
you're
think
talking about.
You're talking about it.
I don't
right?
know. I don't know the name. Plane Bay.
The girl that was taking pictures of the couple in front.
Yeah.
That was
I
it.
hated
She
that
switched
shit.
seats with them, and then she proceeded to document, even documented them apparently going into the bathroom together, which she didn't see but put on there.
Was it
The
real
woman's
though? Was it made up?
Getting all these lewd comments.
Apparently it was real.
Seemed like it was real, and then the guy came out and said that he was cool if she named him.
They went on
'cause-
talk shows.
Oh, but did the girl?
Only the
though?
guy did. The
Only
woman.
the guy did.
The woman never did.
Right. I
Well,
think
the
she wanted her
woman who took the
privacy.
photos went with the
Yeah.
guy she was taking photos of, but the woman who was having photos taken of her didn't. I mean, you don't know anything about these people's stories. What if one of them's going through like a breakup or something like that?
Yeah.
It's just like,
Now it's in the public eye.
right. Mind your own business, man.
Well, it sucked too because she posted up a follow-up video and she was like, "Hey, the guy gave his permission to talk about him, but the girl, she's keeping it a private, keeping it private. But I'm pretty sure you guys have already found out who it was, like kind of like nudging the
Yikes.
community to go find out more information about her.
Eventually she deleted those tweets, but then and then she wrote
Oh, that'll
an
do a lot.
apology. She wrote a pseudo apology, but she kept naming the woman in her apology, which I thought was weird. You're like, so and so, I hope you see this. So and so, I never meant to upset you. I was like, that's kind of a weird approach to take.
Seems like she's like kind of keeping I don't know.
It doesn't break a law, though, does it? It's just uncool. Or does it break a law?
I think it's only private property if it breaks the law.
Like, if you can just document whoever you want, really,
Yeah.
unless it's harassment, like you're following.
Unless
them.
the airline had a policy against it, because technically especially in the air, you're in essentially their jurisdiction.
Yeah, but there's no rule against taking a picture on a plane.
No, right. Unless they had a policy against it. No. Yeah. Where you can't document or post photos from a plane. And of course, any airline that did that would immediately get destroyed by everyone now because they would assume the policy so they can protect themselves from like,
Right.
those videos when people are trapped on a tarmac for 5 hours or something like that.
Did you see that? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Or everyone's going nuts.
Did we see what?
No, there's a video of a airline pilot getting on, and she was in her like just street clothes, and she was like, "Does anybody want to fly, get on this plane? Like, do you mind if I'm in my street clothes, or do you want me to take 10 more minutes to go get dressed in my uniform?" She was like, "I'm sorry, guys, I'm going through a divorce. I'm going through a hard time," and she's like talking to all of her passengers.
Yeah.
Right before the flight, and then people are just like walking off, and she was.
I did not see that.
Oh, I think we might have talked about it at the time.
I think it's a little bit older.
People were concerned and left because
I feel like people want the illusion of mental stability from their pilot,
Yeah.
yeah.
even if,
Did you hear about that? The pilot on an Air China flight who was trying to smoke an e-cigarette covertly in the cockpit.
Oh, didn't it like dive the plane?
He wanted to turn off the vent so that nobody could smell the e-cigarette. So he turned off the vent and started like smoking this e-cigarette without even the other pilot knowing, apparently, allegedly. But what it turns out, he didn't turn off the vent. He just shut off the air conditioning system altogether. So the plane began losing pressure. So the oxygen masks dropped.
Wow.
The pilots don't know what's going on. So they had to drop the plane
10,000 feet?
19,000 feet.
Yeah, you gotta get down to like I think 12,000 feet.
They have to go from 32,800 to 13,100 feet.
Yep.
And then they realized that, he just turned off the air conditioner because he was smoking an e-cigarette.
Well, that's your job, buddy.
Have you ever been on a flight where you had to get into the
Brace?
position, the brace?
I've never had to do that.
Have you?
No, but I just went down this like path where I was like watching all these YouTube videos of like flight
I can't
things.
watch that stuff where they were like chanting like brace, brace.
It was really funny because the top comment was like, "It sounds like they're at a rock concert and the guy's name is Brace." Brace, Brace, Brace.
I saw one recently. It was like they're like the guy yelling brace and like just yelling the instructions over and over again, like head in your lap, all
That's
that
what they
stuff.
do.
That's not.
And
calm.
then they start chanting remain in your seat, remain in your seat. And then the pilot comes on and goes, "No need for alarm, guys. We're just going to check out."
That was the one I watched.
Yeah, no need for alarm. Everyone got in the brace position and everyone was screaming brace over and over again. You're bracing for impact, right?
Yeah.
Like, why else would you brace?
Pilot throwing you under the bus there.
Yeah, and then he's like, no need to worry.
Yeah, he gets to be the big hero. Hey guys, don't worry about it. Those flight attendants are crazy sometimes. They like to yell. One of them's going through a divorce. So
Yeah, he comes on, glad that's over.
there was the best pilot reaction I ever heard was the guy where we were taking off. Gavin, I can't remember if you were with me or not, but it was me and Jason, I'm pretty sure, and we were in Netherlands, like one of the first international.
I was there.
and we were gonna go take off, and they stopped on the runway.
We stopped like 10 seconds in.
Yeah.
We'd been gunning it like halfway down the runway and then he slammed the brakes.
And then we stopped, and we're stopped in the middle of the runway, and they're like, "We have a mission up here. We're gonna take a look at that. We'll come back to you in a little bit." And then we're just parked on the runway. I got worried about being parked on the runway. Someone's gonna land on us.
Yeah.
And then you were discussing with Jason, you're like, what does a mission mean? Does it mean like a light came on? Does it mean there was like
A
smoke
noise.
coming
I thought it was
out?
like a speaker making an emission, like of like one of their alarm tones. And Jason goes, "No, emission means smoke." I was like,
Oh,
"Does it?" And then they come back and they go, "We got all worked out. We're fine. We're gonna take off." And they literally took off from halfway down the runway. They didn't like go back around or anything.
Jesus.
That was fucking weird,
They're
dude.
really long.
The only thing I would worry about that is they have to check the brakes. Like if they have hot brakes, normally you have to stop and check on that. Maybe
The
you weren't
hot
going
brakes?
fast enough.
I was once on my second aborted
Got bubbled
takeoff. We had to go back to the gate to check the brakes.
Mhm.
It took forever. Like
Did
2
you hear?
hours.
Oh god, we're down the airline rabbit hole. There was a Ryanair flight over the weekend that had to descend so quickly that passengers' ears started bleeding, and they had to take like 30 passengers to the hospital.
That's horrible.
metal. Oh, whoa.
How fast is that?
They descended from 37,000 feet to 10,000 feet. The story I read over the weekend said
Instantly.
it was like within 2 minutes, but this article here says 7 minutes.
But what makes it so? If I was just jumping out of a plane from that height, would my ears bleed? Or are we going faster than?
I think that's higher than you normally jump out of a plane.
This is what's always freaked
I don't know
me
if it's
out.
like a halo.
I think you have like equipment on now.
yeah,
what was up?
Well, this is always freaked me out. Is you always see like skydivers, and I know the aerodynamics are a little bit different. You see skydivers jump out of a plane at like 12,000 feet, and they fall for like 2 minutes and then pop their chute.
Mm.
Well, you're up 33,000 feet, If you get in trouble, the plane falls out of the sky. You're falling for like 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Probably pass out before then, though.
Pass out
Unless
from
you got
what?
that mask on.
Like or thin oxygen. I don't know.
Oh yeah. There was a
Oh,
picture
you're
of the
saying like
blood
if
in
you're
there.
in the plane. I'm
Yeah.
assuming that somehow you got out of the plane.
Oh, like that happened to somebody.
I'm an idiot.
It was a lower flying flight. It was between the Hawaiian Islands.
Oh,
the
yeah.
top of the plane ripped off, and the flight attendant just went zoop and got sucked out.
She.
They
Oh,
never
God.
knew what happened to her. So
Okay, I was gonna ask if she lived. But
I had a friend who had a really weird theory about that. He thought, I bet she survived and she landed in the ocean and then a squid ate her. I have no idea why he was so obsessed with the squid thing.
I bet she just landed down the side of a mountain. It's fine.
It's a volcano. It's Hawaii. So
I like
she just
that when-
ran on
when
the
you-
side of an island.
When you say a story like that, your mind immediately goes to, oh, how does she live? And it's like, oh, she obviously died. She
Yeah.
got sucked out of a
Or
plane.
they just don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
she's just gone in the world.
Did you hear about the guy who was trying to off his wife, so he sabotaged her parachute and was like, hey, well, let's go skydiving.
that is elaborate.
And she lived.
Oh, what? You're telling a real story?
Yeah. Yeah, she like broke both of her legs and back and punctured lungs and stuff and survived.
Did the chute at least deploy and it was just all messed up and she came in?
Yeah,
hot?
I think it was just in tatters or like unhooked in some way where she just fell. But
Can you imagine being the dude and you like see this and you're like, ha, 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 got her, and then you land, she's like, oh God.
Well, the
Yeah.
crazy thing was the dude was Elon Musk. It's very elaborate. He built her a flying squirrel suit.
I feel like it's not that hard to get Elon Musk's attention. Like I was considering tweeting something about him, but I was like, the worst thing that could happen right now is if he like tweeted back.
He
And was-
tweeted at Jack the other day.
Yeah, Jack was being supportive.
Jack had like 3,000 replies to that.
Listen,
Oh,
I
boy.
was one of those people, and I don't really care. I mean, he definitely overstepped his bounds, and like I don't know how you can call someone a pedophile when they just spent a couple of weeks risking their lives
Right.
to save children. I mean, I don't know what's the logical pathway you get to that. But it is like some of the stuff that people were going nuts on him for trying to build this up. I don't get the backlash on that. And then also, they people freaked out about him donating to the Republican Party. I'm like, that would be the least surprising thing I would ever hear, to hear that a billionaire donated money to the Republican Party.
I think it's some of the things that he said before that just aren't congruent with that type of donation.
I would bet he donates to both sides, so that he can say, whoever's in power, hey, I need help with this. I need you to relax this regulation so I can build this gigantic lithium spewing battery factory in the middle of this state, in the middle of a national park. I would imagine a guy like Elon Musk probably like just weighs short-term deficits of climate change versus long-term of what he wants to do. And I'm not saying he's right. I'm just saying I think a guy like that could make those compromises
I would
on
love-
behalf of the rest of us.
I would just love to be off the grid. Not in terms, just in terms of like generating power,
Yeah.
collecting rainwater. I think
Yeah.
it'd be wicked.
I'm trying to figure out how much
Do it.
desalinization costs.
Why?
Because I want to know how much it costs, Gus. What happens if I want to desalinate?
We're like in nowhere near the ocean?
What do you mean nowhere to the ocean? I'm like, but add table salt to my,
Yeah, why would you desalinate in Austin?
in case you want to live near the ocean.
Okay.
Dude, climate change is coming.
The ocean's coming to you.
Ocean's coming. You better be ready. Could come.
So you're talking about you don't like salads.
That's it. I want to desalinate.
What would be the hardest thing to get off the grid from?
Internet.
I feel like water comes right out of the sky.
Sorry.
That's funny.
Internet would be tough.
It's a very good point.
Yeah.
Internet would be the toughest one. You got to be interconnected to have it.
How do you get your own?
Car. You wouldn't have to have a car.
Why do you keep saying car?
Because that would be a tough thing to set up.
Battle Pets.
You need to have a license and a
turned off.
registration.
But if I want to bypass an ISP,
Go ahead.
what do I need?
Build your own internet?
Dark
But
web.
what is that? What's the internet?
VPN.
Satellite dish.
Do I need a cable? I just run cable? To where does that go? Some sort of exchange?
Space Jam website.
Which you could
get
do.
like a
Okay.
messenger guy
The,
who just runs around to everybody and tells them what you want to do.
It's not very efficient.
Nope. It's harder that way.
you could
I feel like if I rent a
get
cable hole in internet building,
essentially you could get at a co-location facility, you could rent out a cabinet and you could have your internet run there
I want a terabit.
and then have your own point-to-point circuit that you run yourself from there to your home that you maintain.
Now, the way you're saying this, it don't sound cheap.
It doesn't.
No.
It is not cheap at all.
Here's my solution. You go to google.com, then go file, save all. And then you're good. Then just turn it off. Disconnect after that.
And then you daisy chain a series of hard
And then
drives.
don't use it until you're 65. And then you can enjoy the internet.
Just
while
start
you're
downloading the
retired.
internet now. By the time you're 65, you'll have it all.
I guess-
download the whole internet.
Let's ask
what?
Google.
Like, what would hold it?
How long would it take to download the internet?
Just
If
include
you had
dark
to download
web.
everybody's Gmail,
3 million years.
Oh,
It would take around 3 million years to download all the information currently on the internet, assuming a download speed of 44 megabits a second.
Oh,
there
that's
are,
high. Come
there
on.
are an estimated 550 trillion megabytes of data on
who
the
figured
web.
that out? Somebody has a stupider podcast than we
I
do.
got to see what year this was published.
Wait, that's so. Hang on, 500 trillion. What was it?
This looks like an old page too.
oh boy.
How much internet is there?
Let me go
I
back.
feel like YouTube alone.
Are we?
would
Are
be-
we
550 trillion megabytes. The fact that they're measuring in megabytes makes me think this is a really old answer.
Yeah. Bless you. Have you ever been to
Oh.
the dark web? I hear about it all the time. They're making movies about
What do you
it
think the
now.
dark web is? Do you know what the dark web is?
It's,
I don't know either. Let me guess.
It's go ahead.
Go, no, you go. I want to hear. I'm
I
going to
was
guess
gonna
after you do.
say it's like something that you have to. It's not public. Like there's probably doesn't follow like the .com system. I don't know. You'd have to like get in through some weird back door.
It's like a VPN.
Yeah.
You got to get on a VPN, and then you get to a bunch of fake addresses, and then you go through there, and then you get to stuff like
floppy disk?
it's all forums.
Just call the number.
It's all text.
or it's like
dial-up modem.
yeah. You ever been in there?
It's all non-indexed, non-linked stuff.
That's it.
Yeah.
But it's just connected to anything else.
It's just like, yeah, there's no way to find it. You can't search for it. You can't.
How do you get it?
How do you get it?
You have to
You
know.
have to know.
You kill a guy.
You get like an IP address.
Yeah. Or I mean, it could be a domain name.
Is there like dark Instagram?
That's
sure there is.
cool.
I'm gonna look up on
If it's
Google
got, like, a
dark
mustache.
websites.
You could. I mean,
But how do you get to it though from your internet?
you can just access it with your internet.
Do you just Google dark web?
You can't
Ooh,
Google
here,
it. I
here we go.
Just fucking
Wired
said.
has a whole thing. How to access the dark web. Let's do it.
Can we get this on the dark web?
Normally, you use like some kind of anonymizing browser, like Tor, where your
have you been
data
buying
doesn't
on the
come
dark
back
web?
on a straight path to you. It hops, so it's slower, but no one can figure out what it is that you're doing.
So this is saying there's a collection of thousands of websites that use anonymity tools like Tor and I2P to hide their IP addresses. The key is decentralization, meaning that no regular web browser, Chrome or Safari, for instance, can access these websites. Instead, the user must obfuscate their online identity to be granted access. So you have to be anonymous as well?
Yeah,
You have to hide your business?
Yeah.
Do you think they have dark Amazon? And you could get like
they do. That the dude in Austin got arrested for that.
is it called Dark Amazon?
No, he
it's
was-
ran by Dark Jeff Bezos.
The guy got arrested. He ran a website called the Silk Road.
Oh yeah.
But here's what. Okay, so to be the ultimate troll of the dark web, you could just go on it, download pages, and put them on the real internet.
Yeah.
What was stopping anyone from doing that?
What's the point?
Just be a dick.
I'm sure someone's doing that then.
So is that where all the child porn is?
No, that's 4chan.
Ah,
No, that's in that diver's like closet.
Good one, Blaine.
That guy's going to sue, right?
I would assume so.
But
I
he's an
wouldn't.
international.
He's a Navy SEAL, though, right? Isn't he a Navy SEAL?
No, he's a scientist. I
can you
think.
sue
Oh,
someone?
he's a scientist? Scientists sue all the
Or a
fucking
doctor,
time.
whatever.
If someone called you a pedo, could you sue them?
I read a headline that said that there was speculation that he was going to sue, and therefore the Tesla stock dropped because
For the
because he was going to sue. So that's where that question comes from. Gavin.
can't be that big of a lawsuit. I feel like libel has like a limit to how much you can
He's
actually
got
sue for.
like $20 billion.
Yeah.
I mean, how much could the guy possibly get? A couple $100,000,
right.
which is an amazing amount of money. But it would still to Elon Musk would be like,
Maybe it's like a PR thing though, and that's why I don't know.
what's this PR thing? People keep talking about this PR thing. Like they said that about the sub. They're like, oh, it's just a PR thing. What does that mean? Is that just a buzzword that people use? I mean, if like you do something on a public
get
basis,
attention. I don't know.
like does Elon Musk? What's the PR that he's gonna build subs? I mean,
Well, I
what's
mean, He
You
also
got a job
sold-
at Quiznos?
He also sold a load of flamethrowers, though.
right?
It's a PR thing.
That didn't seem to drive people crazy, but building a sub to get kids out of a fucking cave, that is bad. That's a weird PR thing. But arming people with flamethrowers,
No, not a
that's just
flamethrower.
quirky and weird. Yeah.
Also,
Digging holes
involving-
under Los Angeles. one of the most tectonically active parts of the world.
Inventing the subway.
Drill a big hole.
Do you think that like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk like work out like crazy and secretly they're like Lex Luthor and Bruce Wayne and we just don't know it?
You ever seen Bezos? Bezos is fucking ripped, dude.
Right. He climbs. I'm sure he would be like a cool superhero, like a competent hand-to-hand combatant.
I got like a good minute with Jeff Bezos once.
That was probably worth
told the story.
a couple $100,000.
Yeah, because it was like I just caught him at the right time because it was before like anybody in that room I think really knew. Of course, they all knew Amazon, but I don't think they maybe knew Jeff Bezos by sight. But I'm the dorky guy in the room. Was like, that's fucking Jeff Bezos.
Dark
Walked
Jeff
over.
Bezos.
He's gonna put me on one of his Blue Origin spaceships. Would you do that? By the way, they just announced 200K. Would you scratch together 200K?
Crowdfund.
What did that take you? Like save up for like 60 years?
What does it get you?
What?
What do you get for it?
The trip in space.
If you come back.
Is it just like the edge of space?
You gotta, they get you up there, then you have to pay another 200K to come back.
Well, no, are we talking about Mars mission or are we talking about something else?
No, it's space tourism.
Oh, cool.
They take you up, you see the curvy Earth, and then you come on back down.
No. You see the flat Earth.
Well, flat.
You look at it from one
You
side.
can have flat curves.
They don't take you to the other side.
The edge is curved.
I can't imagine anything where the risk. I mean, all you see is the Earth, right?
That's it. It's just the Earth.
Think about
No
it.
big.
You
that in
are looking at every human that is alive or has ever been alive.
Not true.
I wish.
There's dead guys in space.
No, there's not.
Sure are.
Who?
They launched a body, some scientist's body into space.
When?
Right?
Who?
I can't remember his name. I should have backed
It's
this
probably
up.
like dead dogs and chimps.
Well,
in
like
space.
people-
I think they took
stuff.
the ashes, for the actor who played Scotty
Yeah.
on Star Trek.
He's in space. Can't see him.
James
Is it all of his ashes or some of his ashes?
Star.
Well, is it drifting out or is it just orbiting and then fell down?
Or probably burnt up in the atmosphere.
Yeah, like did it reach escape velocity or did it come back?
It's kind of hard to do
How
that.
do ashes burn?
Whoa.
So
I don't care about that. It seems such high risk to I could just do that in VR and it would be great.
That's really sad.
What?
That's
Oh,
like,
there was so the secondary the payload on that rocket was the remains from 308 people, and he was one of them.
oh my God.
I just wish Gavin had been alive during the space race.
I just think it's such a waste of money.
And instead of-
200 grand to look at where you live.
Would have been great though if, like, instead of like Yuri Gagarin, they sent Gav up, and it's like the radio. It's like with the Russian, but it'd be, all right, how's it going up there? Gav comes out. Oh, it's just the Earth.
Right. When you're flying back to Austin and it's like, oh, this is my house down there. It's all right.
it's a pretty good feeling.
Not worth 200K.
It's totally different. So
Why?
okay, so let me ask you this better. So it's one thing to say spending 200K. That's fucking ridiculous. But if they said you can go for free, or we'll give you the 200K, it's kind of a little bit different thing.
Oh, so I can either get a trip to space or $200,000?
Yes,
$200,000.
you take the 200K, right? You would.
I would
Yeah.
take 200K.
Who wouldn't take that?
I get
Oh, a lot of
student
people who
loans.
like space.
I guess so.
I
But
just
if
think
it is
it's
a
so
one,
dangerous.
what if I said this? You can be the first flight, totally safe. It's gonna be totally safe. It's not gonna be totally safe, but it's gonna be totally safe. You can be the first person in space as a tourist, I guess.
No, that's the lamest thing to have.
But
Yeah,
there have
right.
already been space tourists.
What do you mean?
People have already paid money to go up
Oh.
into space. Like that's the thing. They paid way more than $200,000. They paid multi-million
I think
dollars.
Richard Garriott said he paid $30 million.
I believe that's
He
right.
paid basically his entire fortune.
That he worked
his wealth that he's made.
Everything.
Is it
everything.
worth it though?
Ask him.
I think so. And then he just started making money again.
If you throw in like an
pretty
extended
impressive, dude.
package where I get to visit the moon, then I would consider the 200K thing.
What if you could only fly around the moon? You couldn't actually get out.
Oh, I want to get on that moon.
You want to get on the moon?
Okay.
So
I
Chris
wanna see
wants
the- I
to go
wanna
to
see the
Mars.
flag.
Blaine wants the moon. Where do you want to go?
Safety guaranteed. Safety guaranteed.
Or your money back?
Nope.
Safety guarantee. I would take the trip. Probably.
To the moon. We can walk on the moon.
I still wouldn't
Or
pay for it.
$250K. $250,000.
Take the money.
You can walk on the moon.
I can look at the moon.
Totally safe.
I feel like walking on the moon is special and different because not many people can stand on something that's not Earth.
right. Like, what experience could you have in your life that would compete with that? Guys, what are you going to do with the $250,000? You can't play video games till you're 65 already. So.
Can I take some of the moon and bang on it?
Like, well, how's that?
Like
oh,
that
the hollow
like
thing?
that guy.
Do it. Do it.
Has there been SpaceX?
Has there been SpaceX?
It's not SpaceX, the company. sex.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think they've done that.
Yeah, I think they don't publicly talk about that, but it's
Yeah, there was a
Because they have to do research.
there was a
right?
married couple that went up to the ISS.
Really?
If you're
Plus, astronauts they just do it. I mean, I'm sure
I mean, you're up there. You're like,
you get enough.
why not?
Yeah,
Is there a space baby? A baby that was conceived in space?
that'd be interesting.
Because like, I feel like
What can you get? Can a woman become pregnant in space?
Because
Yeah, I got a book I can show you how that works.
well, I mean, you can get pregnant upside down, can't you?
it's totally the same
Gus
thing.
specifically, no. Gus has to be right side up to get knocked up.
Well, is gravity involved in any of that?
You'd be surprised. The body relies on gravity for so many things.
All right, okay. You could probably bang in space then, and then just spin each other around really fast to create
No,
deal.
Do you think if you came in space, it would push your body backwards?
I think it would.
it would. Yeah,
You just go like, and then you're like,
It would probably
Some
push your.
force.
There's so much give in the penis, though.
What is this?
It'd probably be like.
Are we doing that?
what we doing a debate? Okay.
oh, okay.
Okay, go to roosterteeth.com/play.
Oh man, I don't know. Okay,
you
go to
want me messaging
roosterteeth.com/play to vote
I
on
see
this.
your messages now.
So
Thank
now
you.
we doing trip to space
Yeah.
or 200K.
See, a lot of people want to make the most of
But
their
you just
life
said
on
the
Earth.
space thing. Walking on the moon is different than space. Look at that. Oh, fucking money. Look at you greedy pricks.
That's so
It's
much
a,
money.
It's a lot of money.
You buy
it's
a
like
house.
it's like $1 million but practical.
It is,
Nothing
it's
bad
true.
happens in your life. You just get $250,000.
Oh, look, I
that's-
influenced the poll. We saw
That's
some
literally
changes.
this scenario. $1 million, but you don't go to the moon. Who's not going to take that?
That's an easy one.
You take the $1 million or take the $250,000.
But $250,000, but you get to walk on the moon, or you get the $250,000. It's different when you got to pay the money, as opposed to just not getting it.
Well,
Is
is
not
it-
getting money the same as losing
I'm honestly
it?
surprised. This is a lot higher than I expected. That people would take the trip to space.
Wait, are we paying tax on this 250?
No,
So who cares? I mean, it's a
It's
hypothetical.
a big difference.
tax free.
Why aren't you asking how long you can walk around on the moon?
Why don't you ask her what?
How long you can walk around the moon?
How long can you walk on the
Can
moon?
you walk on the
I don't
moon?
know, 10 minutes. You get 10 minutes on the moon.
Oh, that's shitty.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good time on the moon.
You think that's a good amount of time on the moon?
Yeah, for 250.
You don't want to do any personal experiments?
Listen, none of you guys can go on my fucking moon trip if you guys are gonna be ungrateful for 10 fucking
It's
minutes.
$25,000 a minute.
What's gravity on the moon? What's the point, something? I want to climb something high and jump off it on the moon. It's going to take me more than 10 minutes to get to a peak.
Okay, well, put it this way. 10 minutes doesn't seem very long, but how long was Neil Armstrong? How long was he walking on the moon, Eric?
Point one.
You don't know?
Point
Because
one
it doesn't
six.
fucking matter. That's why you don't fucking know. Shut up.
I'm not the first one.
0.16 G.
Point one. So,
Oh, wow, you're light.
yeah, so, okay. Can you die from falling on the moon then?
Probably not.
So it's
So
like
Arm-
16%.
Neil Armstrong walked on the moon by himself for 20 minutes before Buzz Aldrin came out.
Get the fuck out of here.
That's crazy.
Buzz Aldrin's like, I'll be right there. I'll meet you there.
Do you think like minute
they
10,
spent- they
he
spent
was
about-
like, what do I do at this point? Like, I'm just kind of
They
wondering.
spent 2 hours and 15 minutes outside the spacecraft.
I want that experience.
They should have.
Do you?
It's just been longer than that.
What is the difference between 10 minutes and 120
You could
minutes?
settle-
About
kind of
110
records?
minutes.
Yeah, but what you do? What are you doing?
You can golf.
What are you doing?
It's the moon.
Guinness World Records, furthest bowling ball thrown.
Oh,
Damn.
Stuff like that.
it's Guinness Moon Records.
World records.
Yeah.
Does the world not cover the moon?
No.
No, what? What the hell is wrong with you?
We're not on planet world. Like, what is the world?
What is the world?
What is the world? Isn't it our world, like everything that we know?
This is coming from the dude who comes
our
from a
planet.
country that's called 8 different things.
Is the world the planet?
It's
You're from a country that's called the UK, Great Britain, and England.
Right?
So you explain it to
They're
me.
all different things.
they are all different
discussed.
things.
I'm also from the British Isles and Europe. They're all different.
Right. So guess what? Earth can have 4 different names too, just like your stupid fucking country.
Well, nobody says, oh, we're going to slingshot world and then go to the moon.
You were mean to our president. We gonna talk about that?
You know what?
All those fucking British fuckers showed up to protest our president. We
I
can
wasn't
do
there.
it. We made the mistake of voting for him. What the fuck did you guys do?
I
200.
You guys are just trying to fucking smokescreen this Brexit thing you got going on. That's what you're doing. Take that fucking balloon and shove it up your ass. So like,
You know what?
I'd rather make fun of England than make fun of Trump. What does that say?
You know what? This episode of the Rooster Teeth Podcast is brought to you by. Now I got a cough.
Eric, I'm sorry I yelled at you earlier.
It's okay, I forgive you.
I like Patrick better. So sorry you had to find out like this.
Apology barely accepted.
Can I call you Patrick from now on? I miss Patrick. Patrick's more of a concept. He's more of an idea.
if you were to go
You
to
didn't
the
come
moon,
back after that meeting.
Why would he?
I guess not.
Just went home. If you were to go to the moon, would you want to land on the part where you could find Neil Armstrong's like the ship and all that shit, like the flag, or would you want to land on the other side?
Oh, that's a good question.
The dark side.
Yeah, the dark side of the moon.
Well, there's plenty of other illuminated
Pink
sites
Floyd
that we haven't been
lives.
to.
It's also
Oh, I
day
read
all the time.
I read something the other day that I didn't know, that when
Impossible.
Armstrong
You're the smartest man on the earth.
landed on the moon,
You mean on the world?
at the time that the astronauts landed on the moon for the first time, there was a Russian probe in orbit around the moon at the same time.
Ooh.
Were they racing?
Like
They're
it,
spying on him.
right, it was
wasn't sending
taking
anything
photos, and it was
back.
supposed to. I think it was supposed to see if it could get samples off of the moon. Like that was happening at the exact same time. I never heard that.
What if it had gotten hit? Oh shit.
Or
that
what
would
if
be
one of the
crazy.
samples he got was Buzz Aldrin, just picked him up, took him
How
back
would
to
it have
Russia?
gotten hit?
Wait, would the probe been able to land? Oh, because it would just like hit him. It
know,
would
be
be
a-
a freak accident.
No, as in like that's like saying on the world on the Earth. Damn it! There are 2 cars on the road right
So
now.
when you say the world, do you mean the
what
moon?
if they hit
the moon is a lot smaller, and they could have aimed the probe. or
all
something.
of the space around the moon? That's
So-
shitloads of space.
Probes at that time weren't they like really like just shitty? Like they just were basically launching hunks of metal. Like they didn't actually send anything back. Or
that
How
was
big do you think
initially.
this is?
This was later. Yeah.
Size of
Yeah.
a cruise ship? How big do you think this thing is?
oh, the probe. That table.
Yeah, couldn't be too big.
Yeah,
It's okay. It's like Sputnik. How big was Sputnik?
it wasn't very.
It wasn't very big.
It's like one of those
It's like a
giant
basketball.
human hamster ball things.
Oh,
right?
it was just as big as a basketball.
Yeah, it was
really?
not big at all.
How'd they fit the monkey in it?
There was no monkey in Sputnik.
All right. You
So
say.
it was the Luna 15 mission. It orbited the moon 52 times. Then it actually began a descent while Armstrong and Aldrin were on the moon, and then they lost
They were fucking with us.
communication with it.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Yeah, we kept our dudes that couldn't keep their
They
probe.
speculate that it crashed into the moon.
It'd be great if fucking Aldrin shot it down with a shotgun. That'd be great.
Let me ask you.
Oh
this.
wow, that's Sputnik.
Yep.
Let me ask
Look
you
at
this.
it.
Why is there a dark side of the moon?
For that bitchin' Pink
because
Floyd album.
Hell yeah.
It is tidally locked with the Earth.
Is it colder on that side? Is that where the Transformers are? How did Michael Bay know?
You're kind of blowing my mind a little bit. It's one of my other new facts about the moon. I get why the lights that always faces us, but why does it get on the dark side of the moon?
Because it's called the dark side of the moon, right?
Yeah,
But there's light on the back side.
right. But we don't see it.
Because it's like there's a day and night cycle on the moon.
Well, it's
We just can't see that
It's
side,
so-
so they call it the dark side.
It's only
Is that
the-
right?
it's. So I
think
learned this
so.
in my discussion about the moon.
I think that's right.
that it's the Earth and
It's just the back of the moon.
the Earth and the moon are tidally locked, where the one side of the moon always faces the Earth. But that's actually fairly common. I didn't know it was as common. I thought it was an astronomically improbable thing. Not astronomically probable. In fact, it happens quite a bit, according to a lot of the astronomers on the internet.
Well, I guess anything's common when you have a trillion, quadrillion planets and moons.
Wouldn't commonality be a ratio of the amount of occurrences versus the amount of possible occurrences?
Yeah, but when you got so many, say that there's like a million instances.
I wouldn't say common. I'd say there's a bunch, but that doesn't mean it's common.
So you're saying a million of something isn't common.
Right. Like there's a bunch of AIDS
That makes
viruses in the
sense.
world, but it's not common to have
I'm with
AIDS.
you. You convinced me.
Yeah, there we go. Thanks, buddy. We all learn something new every day. Our arguments are getting more civilized.
When
Your country still sucks, by the way.
I thought when
You
I
don't
was
like England for that stunt?
They should have won the World Cup.
Why?
I don't know.
supposed to take it
Because it would have
home.
been more fun to talk about.
It's not fun
Croatia
to talk about.
versus France? Who wants to talk about that? We're still talking about the kids in the cave.
France had a
Croatia-
great team.
Yeah, and Croatia's story's cool. It's a tiny
I
little
wish
country.
Croatia had won. I wish they'd have won.
I do as well.
They're like
Yeah.
the Rocky Balboa of the situation.
Although, congrats to France.
Yeah.
They
What do
won
I
it-
say congrats in French? Bon
Bonjour.
chance is good luck.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Bon travail.
Fromage.
Good job. Is that how you say that?
Do you know when the World Cup started?
Well, it began on the moon because it's the World Cup,
Yeah.
so it made its way to Earth at some point. World Cup started.
Why don't they call it the Earth Cup?
Right? Because no teams from the moon, right? What the fuck were they thinking, Gavin? I would say the World Cup started in the tournament started in late May. The round robin. What do they call that stage?
The group stage?
The group stage. Thank you. That was May 23rd. That's when it started.
Do you really think that's what I'm asking you?
Are you asking me what year it started? 1908.
I think it
1908.
started about a month ago.
When did it start? What was the
I think it started in 1930.
What happened during the wars? Do they still play?
They didn't do it.
Oh,
I think they did it, but the European teams didn't compete.
Oh, I just thought they didn't hold it.
No, I think they did, but Europe.
Because I was going to say, imagine if you were like training up for the World Cup, you're like, yeah, and then there's a world war that doesn't involve your country, and you'd be like, well, damn it, I can't. But apparently they did play it.
You play goalie for the like trenches, and you kick grenades.
They actually used to play football on
1930. So the 100th anniversary is coming up.
and I think Uruguay are going to host it, or they want to host it because they hosted the first one.
1930.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, 1930 was Uruguay. Yeah, 34, 38.
And I fight.
There is no list of the World Cup between 38 and 50, so maybe you are correct. I thought that they did hold them, but Europe didn't compete. Maybe they don't qualify them as World
maybe
Cups.
it's
then.
not World
Did the
Cup.
Olympics call it off during the World Wars as well?
Well, there'll be protests. And I always think about that every time there's a protest, like, oh, this country's not going to the Olympics this year because it's in a country they don't like. And I think, well, fuck, those athletes trained all their life not knowing that their country was going to be kind of mad at this other country.
I mean, England didn't do the first few World Cups because I think it was just so hard to travel to South America.
Was that where it began? I thought it
Where's Uruguay?
well, wait a minute. I thought that what's the whole bring it home then? I thought didn't it start in the UK or Britain
No,
or
the sport started in the UK.
soccer as a sport?
That's bullshit.
What?
Wasn't soccer started by like the Aztecs and the Mayans?
Yeah, they kicked heads.
I don't think kicking a ball is like.
I mean,
anybody can claim that.
Who invented the offside rule?
I don't know. Who
Because I
did?
don't think the Mayans were that fussed about having two of the opposing team.
How do you know that?
There's all this fuss about that. Like,
What's the offside rule?
if a defender gets behind the attack or the attacker gets behind the defending team, and then they pass the ball to him. It's kind of like just like hockey. Same thing as offsides.
According to
You need
FIFA,
two players.
Okay, go ahead. You need two players.
You need two players from the opposing team.
Two
It's
players.
usually the goalie and the last defender.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
according to FIFA, the Chinese competitive game Cuju is the earliest form of football for which there is evidence.
Yeah, well,
Is that? Well, look it up there. Does it say that Canadian guy invented basketball too?
What's the guy's name? James Nesbitt or something?
Gives a shit.
James Nesbitt.
James Basket.
If you wanted people to remember his name, he should have moved to America.
Basketball. First play. It says it's first played Springfield, Massachusetts.
Do you know where rugby was invented?
James
Rugland.
Naismith. He was a Canadian.
Yeah, fuck that. I don't believe that. I don't believe a Canadian guy invented. Wasn't it peach baskets? Wasn't that how the?
Something like that.
Yeah. Where are they growing peaches in Canada? Nowhere.
It says the first game was played in Massachusetts.
There's no peaches in Massachusetts either. I hate to break that to you. They're playing with lobster traps. Is how they did it.
I think we're ever gonna bring back like gladiators and coliseums.
Dude, we're already there. Bread and circuses is what that was all about. I mean, that's all. That's honestly, that's all social media is. People don't realize, dude. They get so infuriated. I made a joke about the outrage of the week. There was a couple weeks ago when those Guild Wars developers got fired.
Yeah.
And one of them got fired. I'm not sure what happened to the other one.
Gamergate thing, wasn't it?
I'm not sure what happened to that second writer. You know, the company said they were no longer at the company, but I don't really know that they both got fired. I'm pretty sure she got fired, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Something about their social media accounts, right?
Yeah, they got in a heated debate. Well, one of them got in a heated debate. The other one was actually very civil. Anyway, so I made a joke about it, and I made it like right before everything kind of cooled off. Mm-hmm. I made it it wasn't a joke about that. It was more so a joke about like Guild Wars because I'm not a huge fan. Which ironically is like that whole discussion is what got me to install World of Warcraft again, I think. But there was like the outrage showed up at my doorstep, and I literally just did this thing where it's like, just close the blind, just close the curtains, just wait, and then they all marched away with their fucking pitchforks and their torches and left. And it's like, I really, honestly, I hate that that's the solution now, man. I really hate that that's the solution.
It doesn't turn off as soon as you let go of the button. There's
No,
still
it probably
charge in
holds
it.
the charge. Do it on your tongue. Can you do it on your tongue?
Like you can push it and then let go and then touch it and it's still.
Hand it down. this way.
Blaine will do a tongue. A tongue to end it.
I don't want to do.
We got to wrap up here soon.
There you go, Bernie.
So Larry,
Real good.
I just got tweeted at by Larry. I'm assuming it's Larry Dunkelman because it's about defending Canada.
Or is it your masseuse?
It says Ontario grows absolutely delicious peaches. Not in 1930, dude. Not in 1930.
That was before
modern
climate change.
agriculture. Yeah, that's modern agriculture. They
All right,
got you.
go for final tongue.
I'm gonna do my ear.
Oh, wait.
It's
Make
off
sure the
camera.
camera gets it. Yeah,
Turn
turn
your
the
head
camera.
more to to the.
Do the other ear.
I don't want to do this.
Oh.
That was fucking loud.
Oh.
That was really loud. My ears are ringing from that. Woo! I didn't expect that at all.
All right, well, let's wrap this up.
All right. Sorry about saying that Canadians didn't invent basketball, but we all know it's not true. Where'd you get it? What'd you get?
It's a knee.
No, it went through my scar. I think you fried some hair off.
That was like a reflex. Your leg just went like.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you
like
guys
Michael
next
Stevens.
time.
I'm happy I can still hear.